Hi, this is psychic medium Frank Maris with this month's channeling of Jesus by Virginia Balvin. Although we only had two participants joining us, a very interesting theme came out that night. That theme was whether you should try to convince another person that your vision of spirituality is the correct one, or if you even have an obligation to persuade anyone. That idea runs counter to the established Christian practice of trying to convert everyone. Listen carefully to his channeled words, and he gives a clue why persuasion of others is not necessary. He'll make an offhand remark that Virginia Balvin used to be his younger sister Salome in biblical times. With this admission, he's confirming that reincarnation is real and that your soul has many chances to find the ultimate truth. Heaven is not in a hurry for you to get it right. He wants you to go at your own pace. So, without further ado, here are the highlights of our recent channeling.
Again, this evening, we will open this up to the questions. If there's anything that you wish to know, that an answer can be brought forward, it would be my honor and my privilege to bring it forth.
Okay, then I'll start first, and then we'll go to Madison. And so, Master, I saw a channeling that you did on YouTube where you urged people to awaken, meaning to be aware that their soul is using human bodies to learn lessons on Earth. Would you share with our audience how being awakened on the 3D Earth affects your future spiritual growth once we go home to heaven?
Very in depth are these questions, my friend. You still are asking a lot of things that perhaps we're not ready to share, but let's just answer the question of becoming more enlightened at this time. To be enlightened in this 3D is not because you need it for a future time. It is because it will serve you here and now. It will take you to a place where you will feel the peace and the joy of your Creator. You will be able to find that within, and that joy and that peace will take you through this life, what you call this life, as you go through day to day. The enlightenment isn't for tomorrow. It isn't for what you're going to be at the next dimension. It isn't for another time or space. It's for your enjoyment of right this moment, what you can get from it. Don't take it and put it on the shelf and wait for the time to come where you can bring it down and say, oh, yippee, now I can use my enlightenment. Use it here, use it now, use it in every second that you've got, and every decision that you make, and every breath that you take. That's where it will serve you. That's the only place it can serve you. There isn't any other place that it can exist except where you are. So don't worry about what it's going to bring you. Worry about what it is bringing you, and work and strive from that thought process, from that concept, from being where you are now, that you can lighten out your world to those around you and help them now, not in future times, not in times to come. Does that help? Does that answer that question?
Oh, absolutely. Just as one of your PR men, part of my job is to help convince people to awaken. And so being humans, they always say, well, what's in it for me? So I'm just looking for a little bit of ammunition.
Well, first, let me explain. You can't convince anybody to do anything. Mm-hmm. You have to allow them to find their path and to walk through it on their own in whatever form it happens to take for them. You can drop pebbles for them or seeds along the way that will help them grow and bloom and blossom into beautiful flowers. But you can't make it a personal mission that you're going to change somebody's way of being or thinking or acting. But you can give them your thoughts and your help and what you know, and you can share with them. But then you have to stand back and release. You can't expect to hold on to what they're doing. You have to let them go and learn on their own. This is probably one of the hardest things for most of 3D beings to understand. I know what's best. I know what's best for me, so I must know what's best for you. So listen and do as I say, and all will be well for you. And that's sometimes not the best for either party involved. But that again is another way of learning.
Let me introduce you to Madison. Madison, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do have a question. So, the world is changing really rapidly, and I'm wondering if you can give a little bit of insight as to what that is looking like coming up within the month, and also what we can do to prepare for that.
Madison, thank you for sharing this time. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you. I am humbled and honored that you are here. Change is coming at such a pace. The world is practically turning on its head, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you knew to be true will soon be false. And things that you knew to be false will miraculously become very true in your eyes and in your life and in your world. Prepare for these changes as they come by looking for the signs that universe gives you and accepting things as they are and following your heart. What is it telling you to do in any given situation? Where do I need to go? How do I need to answer this question? How do I need to proceed? What is my best plan? Your best plan will always come from your heart. It's right there. You know it's there. You know what you feel. You sometimes don't believe in what you feel. There's a depth to you and understanding beyond what you give yourself credit for. So listen to that inner voice that's going to tell you how to proceed, and you know exactly what to do, what is best for you. Sometimes choices will seem to be too many and too overwhelming. Ask me then a specific answer in the quiet of your room. Sit with me and meditate. Feel me. I will be there. Isis will be there. But I will be there and I will answer you. You can also start to channel questions directly from me. Never think I wouldn't be there to answer them for you. You are worthy. And I would be more than honored to come and share anything with you that I can in private as well. I feel that somehow that might be a little more comfortable for you right now.
I don't know what I don't know what person's agenda is or what they're trying to prove, but
Maybe come to understand the anger you're feeling towards this question. There seems to be a deeper need to know for yourself.
absolutely, because there's a lot of people that are skeptical out there, and unless they have concrete proof, they will never believe.
It's not your job to worry about what everybody else believes. It's for you to understand and choose for yourself, to understand and believe what you know and what you feel, and go forward with that. Shout it to the world, shout it from the mountaintops with pride and with joy and the bliss that it'll bring from knowing your Father. Don't worry about what others think or say. That doesn't really matter. What matters is how you are. And if you find yourself in groups where you're feeling like you're being attacked for your beliefs, don't go there. You don't need to. You have other options and other choices.
So how does a person channel their self, to receive messages from Jesus or something like that? I mean, how does this how does this work?
It's a slow process. With this vessel, it started a couple of years ago when I started speaking to her. And she started accepting what was being said and told to her and through her. And others had helped her along the way. And lastly, Frank helped her the most to understand the ability to bring my voice forward with her lungs and her larynx and her tongue and her teeth as my vessel, since I haven't been in physical form. But it's not an uncommon phenomenon. It can happen all the time. I can come and speak through you if you were to open enough to allow it to be. Doesn't make this person or this vessel any more special. It just makes it an ability that it was accepted. The choice was made, the offer was made, and the acceptance was worked, and the universe did what it did. And here we are today. But it doesn't mean that this is the only one that could do this. This can be done. Anyone that would open, I would come through to them and speak through them. It's certainly not putting this one on a pedestal in any way, shape, or form. That's not the intention here. This one's just the voice box that the message can get out to anyone willing to hear, anybody that has the time, the effort, and the energy that they want to come and listen. We can help them. Hopefully this group will grow. We will see how it turns out. Maybe it won't. We don't know yet. All we do is put things out there and see how they grow and expand or collapse, because this is the way the world turns.
So how do we know this is Jesus talking?
There's nothing I can tell you. What would you like me to tell you? If there's a skeptic there and you're choosing your choices and your beliefs, so be it. I won't try to convince you. I will tell you, I am speaking through this being. You take that for what it's worth. And if it doesn't suit you, darling, by all means, throw it in the trash can tomorrow and never think back on this conversation. It won't make a difference. When the time for you to grow and expand and learn and understand comes to be, then it'll be. Other than that, don't worry about it. Live your life as peaceful and as wonderfully as you can. And there you will know that you can hear my voice as well.
I have another question.
Surely.
Can you tell about what it's like to be an ascended master? Like, what is your life?
It's not like you go to the movies. It's not a life the way you're thinking of a life in 3D. It's an energetic, we're energy beings, and with other dimensions, we're light beings filled mostly with energy. And it's not the same as living in the 3D. It's not, you're not going to another realm to go have a faster car than your neighbor next time around. It's just not like that. You're just energy is about as close a word as I can come to it to explain. But there's just an energy that drives everybody there. But thought and consciousness is connected, and everybody understands everybody, and everybody is one. And there's a totality among thought and patterns. And it just flows. It flows. It ebbs and flows in the most perfect of ways, because everyone's always going in the same. It's almost like when you see a flock of birds flying in the sky, and they can all turn, 100 of them can turn in the same direction at the same exact moment, and nobody bumps into anybody. It's just a perfect dance like that, made out of energy and light beings.
So is there still individuation?
There is to a point, yes. There is to a point. We understand there were all different forms of energy from the one creator. But in essence, we're all one because we come from the one creator, the one source, as all the children on this planet do. It's just that it's been forgotten right now. Everybody thinks they're an individual being.
Mm.
Everybody thinks they've been created individually through the birth process, and they're here living an individual life. And nobody has that connection anymore. But I'm sure you've known folks and people and perhaps lovers that you've had a connection with, and they thought something and you thought something, and you just knew what the other one was thinking and feeling. It's like that, is it's close of an explanation that can become to how it is in that realm. But we are light beings made mostly of energy.
I feel like that was a great explanation.
Thank you. I'm glad it helped.
Mhm.
And I do want to take this opportunity to thank all that came. I'm going to wrap this up this evening for this one.
Mhm.
We will try and do this again another time. Thank you all for sharing your efforts. Thank you for sharing your questions. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you. Thank you for your love through the days, and remember yourselves through the days, and speak to me through the days, and I will speak back, and I will answer, and I will be there to help you and to guide you. Listen for the little signs as they come through to you, and follow them. And I will leave you with that this wonderful evening. Namaste to everyone.
Namaste and thank you.
Thank you.
Ginny, me, and 3 other soulmates spent a past life together in the Galilee as members of the apostles' families. In our current lives, we are all psychics who are reunited again to serve on a common spiritual mission. The book Transitions reveals how we came back together. Ginny Balvin is mentored by the Spirit of Jesus to be his channel. Tara is coached by the spirit of her past life uncle, the Apostle Matthew, to change her life and fulfill her spiritual destiny. Through these supernatural sources, we uncovered 2 amazing stories that were not told in the Bible. There are also revelations about the near future of our world. The book Transitions will be available in September 2021 on Amazon.com.